I'm Zach Reuber with the 18 WJTS News. Another COVID-19 vaccine clinic is opening up in the DuBois County area. The DuBois County Health Department will host a district-wide mass vaccination clinic to administer 450 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine on this one-day event. This is an opportunity for any eligible individual looking for an appointment or anyone looking to receive the vaccination sooner than a future appointment already scheduled. This clinic will take place this Saturday, January 30th at the Jasper Middle School from 8 a.m. to noon. When parking, use the north side parking lot behind the school building. This is available to anyone eligible for a vaccine according to the Indiana State Department of Health guidelines. Right now, the only ones who can get a vaccine are those who are age 70 and older, long-term care residents, first responders who have in-person contact with the public, and licensed and unlicensed healthcare workers who have in-person contact with patients or infectious materials in any healthcare setting. The only way to receive the COVID-19 vaccine is by scheduling an appointment at ourshot.in.gov or by calling 211 for those individuals who do not have internet access. When online, choose DuBois County HD Jasper Middle School VAX Clinic site. Arrive as close to your scheduled appointment as possible to keep the clinic running on time and to help maintain social distancing requirements. 2 juveniles and 1 adult are in custody after a traffic stop in Rockport. A juvenile was pulled over at Main and 6th Streets for traffic violations on Sunday. When talking with the driver and 3 passengers, officers noticed a juvenile passenger in the back of the car, reaching under his shirt near the waistband. The juvenile passenger was removed from the car and a loaded semi-automatic handgun fell from his waistband. Officers also found a second semi-automatic handgun on a second juvenile passenger. Suspected marijuana, cannabis flower, THC oil, and other commonly used items used for illicit drug use and $986.50 were found in the car. An investigation revealed that the vehicle was stolen out of Hancock County, Kentucky. The juvenile driver was cited and released to a family member, and charges are being sought through prosecution review. The only adult occupant of the vehicle, identified as Trevor Elliott, was arrested and taken to the Spencer County Jail. He's charged with felony counts of maintaining a common nuisance and 3 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. The 2 juvenile passengers were taken into custody and transported to the Youth Care Center in Evansville. 1 juvenile is charged with felony counts of dangerous possession of a handgun, obliterating serial numbers on a handgun, resisting law enforcement, maintaining a common nuisance, possession of marijuana, and misdemeanor counts of dealing and possession of marijuana, carrying a handgun without a license, and resisting law enforcement. The other juvenile passenger is charged with a felony count of maintaining a common nuisance and misdemeanor counts of dangerous possession of a handgun, dealing and possession of marijuana, and carrying a handgun without a license. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty. Greater Jasper Consolidated School Board members met to discuss their goals for the 2021 school year on Monday. The meeting began with a presentation by Jasper High School Principal Brian Wilson. Wilson gave a report about the success of their Fresh Start program. The support program is primarily for freshmen and is designed to assist kids with earning credits. The goal is to have each freshman complete the year with 10 credits, which puts them on track to graduate. Students are identified with assistance from the middle school. They are allowed to transition in and out of the program based on their needs and achievements. The students meet twice a week with staff during homeroom. Education professions and National Honor Society students will also be helping those who are participating in the Fresh Start program. The program helps monitor grades, give students the opportunity to work one-on-one with staff members, and give students incentives to pass their classes. Staff members have been seen as tremendous change for students who participate in the program. They say that some students early in the first semester had no motivation and no work ethic. Then those students came back with motivation and even a stronger work ethic to start the second semester. Next on the agenda was a curriculum update. Director of Curriculum and Assessment, Tina Fox, presented the first semester of report to the board. In total, Fox says that 301 students enrolled in their online COVID-19 Academy at some point during the first semester. 140 Greater Jasper students completed the full semester online. Fox says that there was a 54% passing rate for 6th to 12th grade. Fox says that many students switched back to in-person learning to fit their academic needs and improve their grades. Septinagle Group Clerk of the Works owner Scott Septinagle then gave board members an update on buildings and maintenance. He says that they received 3 competitive bids for the 10th Street Elementary demolition and new parking lot construction project. All 3 bids were within the school's budget. He requested that the school board consider awarding the bid with selective alternates to Cipher Construction for $1,204,560. Septinagle says that they expect to start and complete demolition between February 1st and April 2nd. Construction of the new parking lot is expected to be between April 5th and September 3rd. Septinagle then gave an update on the demolition and parking lot construction of the 5th Street Elementary School building. They're continuing their conversation with Tammy Lambert of the Southwestern Indiana Child Advocacy Center Coalition about retaining the newer 1988 building addition and demolishing the original 1956 school facility and construction of a new wall and relocating the utilities. Septinagle says that they are coordinating termination and decommission lines of existing electrical services and systems. This includes the existing wet pipe sprinkler system, technology system, fire alarm systems, and more. School attorney Art Nordoff has developed a letter of understanding with SWICAC and GJCS. Brad Eckerly has also been reviewing the current property lines to help Nordoff with establishing the correct language for the deed description and agreement with GJCS and SWICAC. The tentative demolition date is March 1st and is expected to be completed around April 13th. Towards the end of the meeting, Superintendent Dr. Tracy Lorai gave a reminder about upcoming enrollment opportunities at the elementary school. More information about this can be found on the school corporation's Facebook page. Hundreds of graduate students on Indiana University's Bloomington campus have signed a pledge to withhold payment of their mandatory student fees amid a push to raise their standard of living. The Indiana Graduate Workers Coalition, which drafted the pledge, says student fees have increased every year since 2011, while graduate student stipends have largely remained the same, mounting to a pay cut. The Herald-Time reports coalition members say the stipends they receive for teaching or working as research assistants while earning their degrees just aren't enough to cover the expenses of attending graduate school at IU, and the COVID-19 pandemic has only made the situation worse. The river otter trapping season is closing early this year. The season was scheduled to run from November 15th to March 15th, or until the statewide quota of river otters were reached. The framework of Indiana's river otter season was carefully designed to limit the total harvest. Databases and reporting mechanisms allow for close monitoring of the total season harvest. DNR also requires trappers to register their otters within 24 hours and tag each pelt at a river otter check station or by authorized DNR personnel. For more information about the river otter trapping season, visit wildlife.in.gov. Now keep it right here as more 18 WJTS news is coming your way.